Earlier you implied you didn't trust anyone that wasn't a cop. Basically, does that kind of told me there's a us against them mentality, and the police publicly swear there's not, but the citizens know there is. Do you think that's the case?
Most definitely, most definitely. There is this us versus them mentality, especially even more so now, where the police are being exposed at astronomical rates on a daily basis. I mean, we have these crazy killings that even after Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, they're still continuing. And I believe it's because these guys cannot control themselves. They have been trained this way, they've been bred this way, they've been brainwashed this way, that for them to stop and hold off from beating someone or showing someone with respect is way too much for them to handle, because they're used to talking down to people, treating people like assholes, pulling them out the wing, as they say, through the driver's window, and dispensing their form of twisted, perverted justice. And so, they have this mentality where, we have to take care of ourselves because no one else is going to watch out for us. And so that continues the pack mentality of covering up and hiding things.
Yeah. What do you think has changed within policing since you were a cop? From now till back then. What do you think some major changes are that have made
Well,
things worse?
I think that these police officers have learned to cover for themselves even more. They've had to have gotten very creative, because before, prior to this technology where everyone now has a cell phone, they got away with whatever they wanted to. And so they're a little bit more careful, but many of them are still out there doing what they've always done, and that is hurting people, abusing their power, abusing their badge. As my good friend Cheryl Dorsey says, a lot of these officers are drunken with power. And so what we want to see here, hopefully for the future, is officers who, are more compassionate. I think, that's probably the most important reason why someone would want to become an officer, I think, to help save people, and to not look at people as scum of the earth, and to try to help even those that are so-called criminals, with becoming better individuals, and not by, demonizing them and saying, oh, you're a bad person because you're now in handcuffs. When, the same police officers that are doing these arrestings, they themselves are very often guilty of the same crimes. So it's very hypocritical. And so until we learn how to deal with this and really get it out into the open, then I don't think, we're going to have much success here, my friend, because we need to attack the culture. It is the subculture, this Nazi-like mentality, okay, that they can do whatever they want, the hell they want, using what they call state-sanctioned violence or state-sanctioned murder to kill people. Okay, they can get away with it because the law says that they can. And so we need to really address these issues, because as we see over there in Wisconsin and other states, around the country, these people aren't going to deal with this anymore. I mean, they're just not going to allow it to happen. And so, I'm praying that, by us having these kind of shows and discussing these topics, that we can have this dialogue where the people feel empowered, and we can finally do something about it.
Yeah, we have to do something about it. It's so out of hand now.
Right.